Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of MusesRISE. I am really excited about today's episode, not necessarily for the fact of the subject, but the fact that it is episode 14, which means I have been doing this for 2 weeks, and I'm still just as happy with myself and really feel pretty confident about doing SSSVEDA, Vlog Every Day in August. And I just want to thank everyone for continuing your support and tuning in, and I hope you continue to follow along on this journey of this project. So for today's episode, we're going to continue on with the Muses in my life, and we will touch on the period after I did these internships and before I joined Disney Cruise Line. It was a period of around 3 years, and that was definitely an odd time in some ways, but at the same time was very exciting for me in others. I don't necessarily have as many muses as I have had in some of my previous episodes. I will only focus on 2 people for this one, but it was a very exciting and happy period of my life in the fact that my wife and I had gotten married during this time, as well as had moved down to Florida and lived in Orlando for a little over a year and a half. And so it was a very exciting time for me. The 2 people I'm going to focus on today both came out of the same place. I was working for Office Max in Orlando, and they were opening a new store. I had the opportunity to become the Impress supervisor, so basically managing the print shop, and through that position ended up meeting 2 great guys that really are an inspiration for me for different reasons. And so the first one I'm going to mention is a gentleman by the name of Chris Gators. He still lives down in Florida, and I haven't really been in contact with him that much, aside from occasionally connecting through social media, but he was the assistant store manager for Office Max, and initially I wasn't so sure at what I thought of him, but once we started working together, I really valued the way that he ran things and the way he operated the store and the way that he interacted with both the employees as well as the customers. And so he definitely was, in a professional way, somebody to look up to. He also was very inspiring as far as how he was dedicated to his family and still is. As for the other person that I worked with there, was a gentleman who had applied for a position in the Impress department, and the assistant store manager had come to me asking which of the candidates I felt would be the best to interview. I found his resume, and I had seen a lot of things that really reminded me of myself and what my goals were in my career, and I knew that it just seemed like the right fit. So we interviewed and hired this employee named Nic Andrade, and I really learned a lot from him. He was a great guy and definitely was helpful both at work as well as on a personal level. And I kept in contact with him for quite a few years. Over the past few years, though, I have been out of contact with him as he is over in Shanghai working at the new Disney resort out there, as far as I'm aware. And so he hasn't really had as much time or as much capability to connect with us in that sense. So those are the 2 gentlemen that during that period in my life definitely resonate with me and had a pretty lasting impact, and I hope they're both well, and I just want them to know that I appreciate everything they've done for me, and I wish them the best. And to end this episode, I'm going to say the same thing I always do. Please make sure to subscribe on YouTube, as well as follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and feel free to contact me through email, connect.musesrise@yahoo.com. And I will see you tomorrow.